Good morning, students. Welcome back to our virtual classes from Oscar Public School. I am Divya, your social science teacher. I hope you all are doing good, and today you are going to enjoy this session. So, student, as we know, yesterday we talked about chapter 2, globe, longitude, and latitudes, and we discussed a topic, latitudes. Okay, so what is latitude? A latitude is the angular distance of a point on the earth's surface measured in degrees from an imaginary line named the equator lies midway between the poles. So student, yesterday we have discussed about the latitude, grid system, equator, north pole, south pole. So quick revision for that. So what are the latitudes? So students, latitudes are drawn in the east to west direction between two poles. Student, understand that is the globe, and latitudes are drawn to the east to west direction between the two poles. Okay, you can see the diagram. Okay, so these parallels of latitude run along with the equator. Okay, we talked about the largest latitude on the globe. So here is equator. Understand, student? We also talked about the grid system. The grid system, what is the grid system? The latitude and longitude respectively intersect each other on the globe. Intersect which other matlab, student, these are the latitude and these are the longitude. North pole to south pole. They are intersect each other on the globe and we call them a grid system. Okay student, we have understood in the yesterday. Okay, now today we will talk about some important latitudes. First of all student, the equator represent 0 degree of latitude. 0 degree of latitude. Suppose here our globe, this is our equator, and equator represent 0 degree latitude. Okay, beta understand, we represent equator in 0 degree latitude. Okay, next is the Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north latitude in the northern hemisphere is called the Tropic of Cancer. Yesterday we have discussed this is our northern hemisphere and this is our northern hemisphere, this is our southern hemisphere. So Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer, student listen carefully. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree, 23.5 degree northern latitude. Northern, this is our northern. Okay, 23.5 degree north, and north indicate with the N. Okay, northern hemisphere is called Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer represent 23.5 degree north, just above of the equator. Okay, next, the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south latitude in the southern hemisphere is called the Tropic of Capricorn. Understood, students? This is our equator. below to the equator. This is southern hemisphere and this is our Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn, and it represents 23.5 degree southern latitude. This is northern latitude. Clear, student? So equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. So move ahead, students. Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north latitude in the northern hemisphere is known as the Arctic Circle. This is northern hemisphere. Just see, student, this is our northern hemisphere and this is Arctic Circle, and it represents 66.5 degree north, and we call it Arctic Circle. Clear, student? And next, Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degree south latitude in the southern hemisphere is termed as Antarctic Circle. Okay, southern pole, and this is Antarctic Circle, represents 66.5 degree south, and we call it Antarctic Circle. Clear? North Pole, 90 degree north in the northern hemisphere is called the North Pole. 90 degree, here is 90 degree, we call it Northern Pole. North Pole. And next, 90 degrees south in the southern hemisphere is known as the South Pole. And students, just see, South Pole, southern areas, this is our South Pole. I hope you have understood these points. You can see the picture here. First of all, this is our equator between the globe. Between the globe, you can see the picture. These are our important latitudes. The equator, remember one thing, the equator represents 0 degree latitude. Okay. Tropic of Cancer represent 23.5 degree north. Tropic of Cancer represent 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle in the northern area 66.5 north, and Antarctic Circle on the South Pole represent 66.5 degree south. And this is our North Pole and this is our South Pole. I hope you have all understood these points, students. So next, move ahead. Climatic or heat zones of the earth. All parts of the earth do not receive equal amount of heat from the sun. Thus, they have different types of climates on the basis of above mentioned important latitudes. The whole earth is divided into 3 heat zones. Just see, students, you can see the figure is showing the, here you can see the picture, heat zone of the earth. Heat zone of the earth. The heat zones of the earth, you can see that the earth has been divided into 3 zones. 3 zones. This division has been done on the basis of the amount of heat received from the sun. Are you getting me, class? Amount of heat received from the sun. Just understand, student, all part of the earth do not receive equal amount of heat from the sun. Why? Why, student? Because different area on the earth. Okay. So different areas, so different regions. So earth has been divided into 3 zones, and this division has been done on the basis of the amount heat received from the sun. So okay, so first of all, students, just understand there are 3 heat zones. First, the torrid zone. Second, the temperate zone. And third, fridge zone. First, we will talk about torrid zone. Torrid means hot. It is the hottest region of the earth. Beta, just remember, torrid zone is the hottest region of the earth. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn in both the hemisphere. You can see the picture. Torrid zone, you can see the here, torrid zone. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn in both hemisphere. Clear, students? The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes of this region, so it receives maximum heat. Students, just understand the part of the earth lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn on either side of the equator is called the torrid zone. This region receives maximum sunlight throughout the year. This region is also called tropical zone. And it is the hottest region of the earth. Clear, students? Second, temperate zone. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. Okay, just see beta. Temperate zone, northern temperate zone and southern temperate zone. There are 2 temperate zones on each in the northern and the second is southern hemisphere. The northern temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. Clear? In the northern hemisphere. Student, understand? And while the southern temperate zone is between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. This region neither too hot or too cold. Not too hot or not too cold. The sun rays as fall slanting on this part of the earth. Clear, student? The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude of this region, but it experiences slanting rays. Just understand, student, here. Suppose our globe, okay, equator, Antarctic, our Arctic and Antarctic Circle, Okay, see, suppose here is our sun. We talked about this is our torrid zone, direct sunlight, and when we talked about temperate zone, slanting, slanting, slanting sun rays from the sun. So that's why here this region neither too hot or not too cold, as the sun rays fall slanting on this part of the earth. Clear, student? The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude of this region, but it experiences slanting rays of sun throughout the year. This is because the angle of sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the pole. These regions have moderate temperature. So this is the moderate temperature. Here is found the moderate temperature, and hottest part of the earth is torrid zone. Clear? And next, third zone, fritz zone. This zone lies between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and between the Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. See, you can see the picture, student. This is Arctic Circle and North Pole, and in the northern hemisphere we call it fritz zone. Arctic Circle and North Pole, fritz zone. In the southern Antarctic Circle and South Pole, we call it fritz zone. Clear? In these areas, the sun does not rise much above the horizon, and the sun rays are very slanting, so they are very cold. These are the coldest region of the earth's surface. Which place is the coldest of the earth? Fritz zone in northern pole and the southern pole. Between here you can see the picture, Arctic Circle on northern pole and Antarctic Circle and southern pole. Clear? Students, just understand, like the temperate zone, there are two fritz zone as well. Two fritz zone. Here is southern, here is northern and here is southern. In the northern hemisphere, it lies between the Arctic Circle and northern pole, and in the southern hemisphere, Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. In comparison to other zones, the fritz zone receives extremely slanting sun rays. The two zones are the coldest zone on the earth. The Arctic and Antarctic both lie in the fritz zone, and the Greenland also lies in the fritz zone. I hope you all have understood these points. So student, that's all for today. Today we talked about different time or heat zone of the earth. Heat zones of the earth are on the basis of the different types of climate. Okay, the earth divided into three heat zones: torrid zones, temperate zones and fritz zone. I hope you all have understood all these points. Tomorrow we will talk about longitude. We will discuss about longitudes. So student, that's all for today. Take care. Bye. Thank you.